Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Let me ask you something. Do you like mushrooms? Do you like cream sauce? Do you like cheese? Well, if you answered yes to all of those questions, you are most definitely at the right place at the right time. Let's get right into this. I'm going to show you how to make a really nice mushroom with a cheesy cream sauce. Let's get right into it. Alright, the first thing you want to do is start out with a bunch of really nice, fresh, clean mushrooms. Alright, so for this recipe, I'm going to slice them. However, you could do this with quartered mushrooms or chopped up mushrooms, but I like to slice them when I make them into a nice cream sauce. So this is how you slice these mushrooms. First, you slice a base onto the mushroom, and then you stand the mushroom up on the base, and then chop, 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 chop. Drop it again, chop, 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 okay? This is not an exact science. You do it how you want to, but when you speed it up, you end up with okay, so we have our sliced mushrooms. Let's move to the pan. Alright, I have this pan nice and hot, up in high heat. I'm going to turn it down to medium high. And we're going to start off with a little bit of vegetable oil. There we go. Over here I have one onion diced. And let's start by frying that onion. And you're going to cook the onion until it's soft and it starts to turn a little bit brown. And I always tell you this trick here with onions. The closest you can get to burning the onion without burning it, the better it's going to taste. Okay, so let's try to get there. Now when you're frying something like onions or anything else that can burn, you want to stir it pretty often. You want to keep it moving. And that makes it cook more evenly and prevents it from burning. Okay, so you can see that our onion is getting nicely browned. Now I'm going to add 5 cloves of garlic that I've sliced. And garlic burns really quickly, so you want to put this towards the end of the onion. And you only want to fry this garlic for 15 seconds or something like that. Because once you burn garlic, you've ruined the entire dish. So you really got to watch your garlic. Alright, so I got the garlic in there, I got my fried onion, and now you can add your mushrooms. And I'm keeping these moving because I don't want to burn that onion underneath. We're going to cook these mushrooms until they get a little glossy and soft and they let go of their water. And you will definitely know when that happens because you'll see a lot of extra water on the pan that you didn't add. That came out of the mushrooms. Okay, so I've been cooking these now for about 5 minutes and you can see all this water that came out of them. Look at this. Okay, these are the natural juices of the mushroom and there's so much flavor in there. Okay, now we're concentrating all that flavor and that's going to add to this really nice sauce that we're making. Alright, so at this point, I want to take a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. You can use any salt you want. And just do a little bit of salt here all the way around. Now if you're a beginner, I recommend you use a very small amount of salt and then you taste and then small amount of salt. And really watch how much salt you put in here. Because like I say in my other videos, if you put too much salt, you can't take that salt out. So it's better to put too little than too much. Alright, so see how nice and glossy these mushrooms are? They've let go of their water. So now I'm going to put another flavoring agent in here. This is concentrated beef stock. Okay, so this is a paste and there's so much flavor in here. And it's very similar to the flavor in mushrooms. It's got that nice umami flavor. So I'm going to put a spoonful in here. And that's really going to turn up the volume on the flavor of these mushrooms. I'm going to take some fresh chopped parsley. I'm going to save the rest for later. Look at all these beautiful colors. This nice glossy amber. Okay, this nice glossy color comes from all the caramelization of the mushrooms and the onions. All those starches have turned into sugars. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water here, maybe like a 1/4 cup of water. And that's just to increase the volume of the sauce later on. And at this point, I'm gonna give it a taste. See where we're at. Okay, so we're at the flavor that I want. At this point, you can maybe add a little salt, or if it's a little bland, you might even add a little more beef stock concentrate. You know, this is right now is mission control. Okay, you can control all the flavors. This is black pepper. Now, black pepper actually burns when you fry it, so it's better to add it to something that has liquid in it. Or you can add it at the very end when you've stopped applying heat, so when the heat is off. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of that fresh ground pepper. I'm going to put maybe 1/2 pint of heavy cream in here. Just a little bit like that. Look at this sauce, it's coming together. It's starting to look like sauce, isn't it? And I'm going to bring it up to a simmer again. Okay, so I've been simmering this for about 3 minutes now, and from this point we want to thicken it. We want to get it to the consistency of a cream sauce. So there's really like 3 ways that I can think of doing this. One, you literally just keep reducing it like this, so just let all the water evaporate till it thickens on its own. That's going to take a while. If you have less patience, you can use a roux, which is a flour and the fat. But a lot of you watching this video, I know you're beginners, so I want to make it really easy for you, and I'm going to use something called a slurry, because a slurry is easier for a beginner than a roux. So what is a slurry? A slurry is a mixture of equal parts starch and water, and in this case we're using tapioca starch. Why aren't we using cornstarch? Because tapioca starch holds things together better. Cornstarch, sometimes after you finish cooking it, it'll actually turn back into liquid. So we're using this tapioca starch slurry. Alright, now I have clean fingers here, so you'll notice that the starch kind of gets solid in the bottom of the water, and the best way to mix this up again is using your fingers. Okay, so just get it so that it's all one homogeneous mixture. Huh? Look at that. I've been studying food science, so I'm using all these fancy words. Homogeneous means that it's equally mixed. There are no discernible parts in the mixture. Alright, there we go. So that's our slurry. Alright, so we want to put this into a simmering liquid, just a little bit at a time. You'll see that it's going to start to thicken. Alright, and just make sure you keep looking and seeing how thick this gets. And if it's not thick enough, you just add a little more. Get it nice, get it simmering again. You get it simmering again until desired thickness is reached. Okay, see how it's getting nice and thick? Maybe a little tiny bit more. Look at that. Now it's really thick. What if you add too much slurry? Well, did you screw up the sauce? Well, not completely. I mean, you can take some beef stock. You can add more liquid to the sauce, but then you're going to have to adjust all the seasonings again. So it's better to have a little patience and do this a little bit of slurry at a time, so that you don't have to go on a rescue mission and try to rescue a sauce that's too thick. Alright, so another good thing about using a slurry is with a roux you have to cook it out. You have to cook out the flour. With a slurry, once it thickens, it's done. You don't have to cook out the slurry any further. Alright, now you're probably wondering, hey, what about the cheese? Well, just hold on a minute, okay? I'm getting there. Alright, now if this is still hot, I still got the fire on. If I added the cheese to this, depending on which cheese it is, it might ball up or get grainy. Different cheeses do different things when you add heat to them. So the best thing to do here is actually to turn the heat off. See, I've just turned the heat off. Okay, and then you add now is the part where you add the cheese and let it melt with the residual heat. Now this happens to be shredded aged Parmigiano Reggiano, which is aged to 24 delicious months of cheesy umami goodness. All right, so we're gonna put all this cheese in here, and with the heat off, you're just gonna stir and let this cheese incorporate into that beautiful velvety sauce. Oh my God, look at that. It's 2022. Did we not have smell-o-vision yet? Because you gotta smell this. Oh my God, that garlic, the mushrooms, the aged Parmesan. Man, I'm gonna have all the neighborhood cats lined up at my back door. Look at this. All right, and a little bit of parsley for color. And there you have it, boys and girls. Some really kick-ass, cheesy, creamy mushroom sauce that you can put together in about 30 minutes. And I mean, this stuff is good for everything. You can put it on chicken, you can put it on steak, you can put it on a baked potato, obviously pasta. You can do it over mashed potatoes. I mean, I can't even think anything that you couldn't put this on. I don't know, maybe birthday cake. That might not go over too well. But anyways, check it out. I'm gonna start eating like I do in all my videos. This is the best part of this. Let's get a nice piece of mushroom here. Oh my God, this is just not working. This mushroom does not want to be eaten. Holy, is that good? Wow, okay. Good job, me. Well, thank you. All right. I want to be able to make videos for you guys every day. So if you guys can help me out by subscribing and liking my videos, this is gonna work out. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy your mushroom creamy cheesy sauce, and I'll see you in the next video.